My gender is a breakdown of the words of the patriarchy and an expression of freedom in the form of fuck you for assuming. Story time. White daffodils in springtime made him queasy. In China, he said, white is the color of death, and my bouquet was the purity of new sheets of marriage. His favorite color was the color of my bruises at sunlight. He courted me with promises of flirtation and temptations with disaster, like wringing necks nuzzled next to apologies that tasted of whiskey and doubt. So I bought him the key to my body and let him find his way into my well wishes. His skin was never so cold as when we finished making love. He fucked me like a cheap motel. He left the roaches but took his time staining the sheets. He fucked me like yesterday. My gender is a representation of the number of times I have cried myself to sleep in my own arms because the emaciation of who I wanted to be left me starving and empty. Story time. I never really needed to ask what made him angry. The silence of his heartbeat at bedtime was the only hint at the thump-thump of his fists on my chest, and the bruises were fairies that kissed the empty spaces between my temples to call me magical. Because people like me, he explained, made up exactly 0.267% of the world's population. I couldn't exist in the sunlight, he said. My body, my bruises, made me special. Summer was never the right color for his complexion either. There was too much warmth in the sun for his heart, and I told him there was no sunshine in his smile, and I screamed for daybreak and deliverance from the force of his fists, but by dusk, my bruises were supernovas, falling red and pink between my thighs and fading into sunset. My gender is a contradiction of my best beer-bellied laughter and the 5 inches of stiletto and ruby red lips that told you to fuck off when you told me to stop playing make-believe and put on the damn dress. Story time. He kissed me with his knuckles when I woke up in the morning. He trapped me like butterflies in glass cages, and my wings were clipped and pressed. I was captivated by the knowledge that I didn't belong. He never told me he burned the bridges I built with my lips and replaced them with waterways of silence to drown me. So I hit him back. My gender is not a compilation of the sensation of bruises and beatings to make me see that it's just a phase I'll grow out of. It is not the dog-eared pages of story time for you to revisit and rip when I grow up to be the person suppressed and repressed to be best dressed with a yes on my lips to please me. My gender is not